Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do our Pisces reading for June 2021. I don't know why 2019 is getting stuck in my head. This is going to be for Pisces Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided to the channel. Many of you don't know. You may not know if you have Pisces in your chart. You know, our spirit guides, I feel like, are really working cohesively together. So just trust in that. And you may be in love with the Pisces. Same thing. If you are, I feel like your guides will have messages here for you. So thank you everyone for coming. We're going to go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Oh, there we go. And we're going to start with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. We're just going to take usually one or two, whatever comes out. And then we'll read it at the end of the reading. Read it from the book. And I don't know, every single time it blows my mind. Every single time I feel like it's a direct connection to above. So I hope you feel the same way. Because after all, it's for you. Okay. It's a Monday afternoon. It is raining out. To me, the perfect time to do a reading. I love to do a reading when it's raining out. Something I was thinking about as I was pre-shuffling your cards is, you don't appreciate the rain or the cold. What was I gonna say? You don't appreciate the cold unless you're stuck in the heat. That doesn't make sense. I don't know. What was I trying to say? I think what I'm trying to say is sometimes you have to experience opposites so that you can appreciate the other side of it. And maybe the only way for true appreciation is to experience it. I feel like that is more from your guides. All right, we have sobriety. That just really talks about a clear mind. We have integrity. Sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. Integrity. I trust my abilities to know what is true for me. Okay, and we'll come, they're part of the reading, but we'll read them at the end. Now we're going to bring in the Eclipse Oracle. This is a deck that Dominique gifted me. She wanted me to try him out, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to give him a real try for her. And we used them for the whole month of June. So, for the June readings. So thank you, Dominic. Dominique. I think I said Dominic. Dominique. Alright, same thing. Give it a shuffle. So interesting, we have balance. Balance comes out, but it came out in the reverse. Now, I don't really read oracles in reverse. But I do think it is saying something here. Alignment. Equilibrium. It's funny, when I woke up this morning, speaking of that, it's so interesting. Maybe somebody else experienced this. When I got up this morning, it's like, I sat up and I was so dizzy that I had to lay right back down, and I did it 3 times. And the third time I'm walking, I'm like, I gotta get up, and I get up and I'm walking, and everything was like off. It was weird. And I don't have an ear problem, anything like that, but it's just the strangest thing, and I still feel a little bit of that. So I'm only saying that because maybe somebody else is dealing with that. It was very strange. balance. Okay, let's go talk about within sobriety, you know, using something within balance. Not overindulging, perhaps, you know, something that still allows your mind to be clear. Okay, let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Give it a couple shuffles. Again, always pre-shuffle before I begin. I just sit there and I think about you. I think about you and in the comment section, you know, that have left previous messages. I just allow my mind to go where it wants to go as I'm shuffling. All right. Jeez. It's interesting, you know, here's the Ten of Cups, which is great. But it's interesting how it's the only one that's face up, and the cards seem to come out somewhat, I don't want to say aggressively, but like impatiently. Like, you know, they weren't being patient. It's funny. I'm just feeling this. So I feel like this is somebody who's saying, I want the Ten of Cups. I want it now. And I feel like it being face up, it's saying, well, here's the potential. There is that potential of it. But what do we need to look at first? It's funny, I don't even want to put it as the first card. I kind of want to put it as the last card. And I think I'm just going to put the other cards out, and we'll take it from there. Okay, all these are in reverse, so we're going to switch them. We have faith. Well, hello. Trust. Belief. That you too can have the Ten of Cups if that's what you want. Some of this over here can tell you why maybe something hasn't, you know, it's almost like I'm halfway there from the 5 to the 10. Card of Taurus, by the way. We have the 10 of Wands. Interesting. So your faith is surrounded by these two tens. We have the Death card. You know, I have to be honest. I feel like this is talking about something, a relationship that needs to end, that maybe needed to end anyways, or it's either ending it or allowing it to heal. But I feel more, it's like, I want this 10 of Cups, right? But then I see this 10 of Wands. And when I think of the 10 of Wands, I think of, you know, heavy, heavy time of heavy responsibilities. Some true, some maybe not my own. And then the Death card, first of all, is the card of Scorpio. But it's also the card of endings, right? But its message is saying, don't resist this ending, because what is yet to be is fabulous, right? It can be. It has that potential. And I say potential because we have to remember, we all have free will. And our guides, and I know they do, I mean, they try to get us messages, try, send the red flag, but we ignore them a lot of times. You know, I feel like sometimes it comes with wisdom. Like, after I've done it, been there a few times, next time, now I see it, right? So it's not about, like, protecting yourself. It's more about trusting your guides, trusting the energy within you, to steer you, right? What is, you know, that type of thing. Anyway, let's keep going. We have the Magician. Well, I mean, coming under the 10 of Cups, my dear, this is manifesting, right? The Magician is about manifesting. Using the tools that you have gained from really lifetimes of experience. You know, the Magician is a reminder for the Fool as the Fool begins a new path, that the Fool has every tool that he or she needs already built within them, right? It's the remembrance of the magic of, I feel like, spiritual connection and getting to a place where you can really trust what you're feeling, where you can really see the signs. And I don't know, I just feel like, you know, how can you not get what you want? You know, now listen, it may not mean I want that person and that person only. Well, what if that person doesn't want you? Do you still want them? Like, do you still want to spend more time, you know, hoping this person is going to be the way you want? It's interesting. I just put a post up under community section, and it said, you know, we're not meant to detoxify the toxic, right? We're meant to see how that toxic energy interferes with our own. Anyway, okay, let's keep going. We have Justice. Card of Libra. We have Taurus and Libra connected. You know, justice can be about the law, of course. It can talk about the severing of ties. You know, it's interesting because it's really also about balance. Think of the scales, right? That's what the Libra's job is. That's what the law's job is, to make you whole again. Not over, you know, not under, but to make you whole again. And balance being one of the cards that came out in the Oracle section, but I did see that was in reverse. So that's good. That's what I feel like it's talking about. So whatever that means for you, can be a divorce, can be cutting ties. Listen, it feels like it's about love. We have the Four of Cups. Like some of you are dreaming about cutting connections to someone or something, again, where the burden seems to lie mainly on your shoulders. Again, let me say that. Yeah, the burden seems to lie mainly on your shoulders. However, I don't feel like it's meant to, right? Like I'm carrying all the weight instead of half the weight, let's say. You know, and here's the Hierophant looking right at that Ten of Wands. And, you know, if nothing else, this feels like a healing. It feels like a blessing. It feels like acknowledgement of what it is that you seek. And the answers of how to arrive there, right? Like nothing is impossible. The only things that are impossible is what we put before ourselves. You know, yes, the challenges can be mighty, but boy, isn't a satisfaction just that much better? So again, and listen, you know, and I also feel the energy of, there's a certain picture I have in my mind of the type of love that I want. And this is what I am asking for. And I feel like this is divine speaking right back to you saying, I hear you. I hear you, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you heal that burden, put an end to it. But you must understand that you are the magician, right? You are co-creating with me, co-creating. You are an important part of this formula. So cut whatever ties that need to be cut that no longer serve you, right? Something seems to want to keep you in like this dreamy type state, but again, I feel like, okay, what else do I have? Well, look at that, the Eight of Swords. So, surprise, surprise. I shouldn't have said it like that, but I feel that. I feel this Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is self-created energy, right? This is our self-created prison. You know, we create it with the purpose of protecting ourselves, but all it does is keep life away from us. And, you know, I feel like Divine is saying to you, you don't need to create these barriers, right? When you trust, when you keep your faith, when you follow the energy, right? When you know something is too much, then it is too much, right? And I feel like Divine says, I always give you a way out. But I've also given you free will. right? But you also have all the tools that you need to really create the type of life you want. So this Eight of Swords, you know, with the Death card above it, what's that saying? That is what's got to end. You know, and listen, again, I may be tying myself back to someone that I want, but I'm just going to be straight. For whatever reason, they don't want you, at least right now. And when I say they don't want you, I just mean, I feel like this same energy will go on for a while. So this is not necessarily saying, hey, it doesn't mean that person can't change, can't all of a sudden start wanting to see me. It doesn't mean that, right? Because they have free will, right? They have divine with them just like we do. But what this is saying is, don't waste your time, and be careful that, you know, you're not taking on other people's burdens. Number one, just because that's what you do. You know, it reminds me of Scorpio. Scorpio does the same thing. Will take on other people's burdens, but does it out of the kindness of their heart. Well, sometimes, integrity, right? I know what is best for me. Okay, and we have another card. Well, hello, Two of Cups. You know, it is in reverse. I'm going to put it in the upright because I feel like what this is saying is, what do I want? I want the Ten of Cups. What does the Ten of Cups mean? The Ten of Cups means I want harmony in my life, right? I want people around me who enhance me, who enlighten me. I'm not asking for perfection, right? Because that's impossible. But I want laughter and that type of energy, right? This is where everyone's working in harmony. Doesn't mean problems, challenges stop. It just means because, let's just say this people in the Two of Cups, they're working in harmony. You know, it's just like when you're in that energy, more energy comes to you. You know, did you ever hear people say, I'm just so sick and tired of, like, some people just get everything. But then we have to think about that, right? Like, why? Why can't I create that for myself? How can I create that for myself? So, anyways, here's the Two of Cups. It is in reverse. We're going to put it in the upright. And remember that it's in reverse because I feel like in reverse or in the upright, it doesn't matter. It's still saying that, yes, there's soulmate love here, right? This is a soulmate couple, whether it's to come, because I feel like some of you are taking on someone else's burden, and whatever it may be, and I think just think about that because. You know, like, I hate to see you have self-limiting thoughts of, I can never have that Ten of Cups. Because you can. It just, for some of you, may not be with who you think. Now, soulmate love comes with its own challenges, right? But what happens is, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. You guys are like, why do you keep doing that, Sandy? I don't know. Wow. Look at that. The Ace of Cups. Wow. Right next to the Two of Cups. With faith above it. That's your faith, not other people's faith. You know, you have to spend that moment to, it's almost like, when you come to a 5, and this is a universal year 5, by the way, but I feel like, if we just look at the numbers, right, our cycles, let's say, let's call it a 9-year cycle. Well, in the 5th cycle, I feel like it gives us a chance to stop, reflect, look, am I on the right path? Is this going the way is like, you know, I feel like you can feel ultimately if someone will be able to be in this Ten of Cups with you. And if not, it's like, I feel like 5 is that exit point, right? Change. But it's only to enhance you. Because then you move into next year, which is a personal year, I'm sorry, a universal year. 6. 6 is about relationships. So I feel like some of you, it's about cutting ties with someone who seems to be fine with putting the burden on you. Or I keep, you know, I what do I want to say? I want to say, don't allow someone else to cause you. You know, it's funny, all of a sudden I'm seeing sobriety and it's pulling me that direction. And it's almost like, you know, when you go out and you have some drinks and you come home and you start thinking about, right, oh my God, all the, you know, someone that you loved and this and that, and you're not thinking clearly. So you reach out and it goes horrible, you know, that type of thing. So, we have the Page of Pentacles, like, sideways. You know, I feel like what this is saying for a lot of you is this is just a learning stage. Look at it that way. Like, don't judge yourself, right? With Justice here. Because this is about making you whole again. So, without judgment, look at your life. Look at, you know, do you have balance within yourself? That type of thing. You know, are you respecting yourself and expecting others to also respect you? You know, and if they don't, bye-bye. Right? You determine what and who stays in your life. I feel like, again, Divine tries to give, or let's say your spiritual team really tries to give you the signs, direction, the help that you ask for. But in the eight, if you're in the Eight of Swords, it's very hard to hear that energy, right? Because I feel like this is really in the mind, and this is like, we think it's like ingrained in us, but it's not. It's self-created, which means there's only one person who can uncreate it, and that is you, right? That's what Divine says to you. I gave you this free will, right? And with some of that free will, you decided to build these walls. Now, if you want the walls to come down, it's you that must bring them down. And then I often see in this Eight of Swords how she's like naked and her back is to us, right? But yet we can still see her. You know, but it's like, well, if I don't look, then they can't see me. But it's not true. We can see you. Like I'm trying to climb my way out of it. Okay, what else do we have? We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords, interesting. And then we have the Sun, which is kind of beautiful. The Sun coming out in your reading at any time, even in reverse, is, I just feel like a good omen. You know, the Sun gives you, it's funny how I wanted to take this Ten of Cups and I kind of wanted to move it to the end of the reading. Well, I think the Sun is that. You know, first of all, the Sun is complete illumination. So nothing can hide in it, right? Whatever is done in the dark will come to the light. In the Sun, it's in the light. This can be about yourself, about others, but this is a good energy. This is a free, there's a lot of freedom to this energy within the Sun. Card of Leo, by the way. But a lot of freedom, a lot of inner child type energy. But, you know, and it's coming over the Three Swords. Why did we create the Eight of Swords? Well, the Three of Swords, the pain, the heartache, whatever it may be, right? It's showing you that it's directly affecting your daily life. And maybe it's within decisions, thoughts. You know, be careful about even your thoughts, because we can create, and I'm not saying that whatever causes Three of Swords didn't happen. Yes, it happened. Here it's being acknowledged. We see it, even why the wall was created. However, at the same breath, I see the beauty in this reading, because I feel this is very divine energy up here, and with the sun coming over what feels like your worry. And your worry is, you know, I put those armors down, I'm gonna get killed with pain. And it's like divine is saying, no, the sun is here, right, for you. And that is your illumination. That is, you know, that is, think about unencumbered. Here we're very encumbered. We're taking on the heaviness. Some of it, yes, we have to. But it's interesting how I see the 5 to the 10. So I feel like I'm taking on another half that I don't need to. And it's affecting your daily life. So, you know, here is this Two of Cups and this Ace of Cups together. And this page of Pentacles beside it, I feel it's also about the you know, this period, there's a lot of knowledge that you're gaining, right? It's like it all goes back into the Magician, which is you. All of that, all that wisdom, all that experience goes back to you, to use like as, yeah, it's funny how we put these armors around us, but the Magician is the power of the intuition, the power of knowing, the power of understanding how you're co-creating. You know, divine saying, don't put it all in my hands. I gave you free will. Now use it. You know, use it to enhance your life. You know, there's no way that divine would say, I want you to stay with someone who is limiting you, maybe to a point, right, to learn something. Again, but did I stay, you know, twice the amount that I should have? So, it's not to be smart as I say that, you know, like a smart ass. I truly feel that's what divine is saying to you. Us. So here's the sun. And, you know, here's the Eight of Swords. And interesting how the Two of Cups came out reversed. Remember? Following that Eight of Swords. So it makes complete sense. Something is in your thought system. And it may be completely affecting your belief system, and creating this energy of, you know, sometimes you feel like like you're paralyzed. But, you know, again, self-created, so there's no one who can uncreate it but you. You have to know that, because if you don't see that, so you can uncreate it, it turns into the Nine of Swords. And that can be depression, that can be isolation, you know, that can be being put on medication. It can sleepless nights, right? The feeling of doom, anxiety, and all of it is false. All of it. Now, and what I'm saying is, in a way, almost like I'm creating my future based on my past. I'm recreating my past in different ways, because that Eight of Swords is still there. Here's the Two of Cups, right? So divine saying, you put this to an end. Don't resist what you need to end, because what follows is divine. So we have the Two of Cups. Whether I like it or not, here it is. Whether I'm ready for it or not, here it is. And if it comes against that Eight of Swords, wow, aren't I just throwing trouble on it right off the bat? Right? I'm not trusting. And that's what it's saying. It's just literally saying these thoughts that we create sometimes hamper us so much, when divine is saying, I sent you a whole spiritual team, assigned just to you to help you along this path. You were not just thrown here and like, good luck. No, no. You have a whole spiritual team. And you know, I mean, it's the angels. Some are earth angels. And then angels, the ascended masters, your guardian angel. I feel like as people cross over, also, some of them step in line or step ahead. Different guides for different situations. But same thing. I can send you that red flag. But if you ignore it, there's nothing I can do about it. But the sun, hello. So anyway, you know, the two of cups is still here. It's almost like just divine is saying, just get ready for it. Just get ready for it. And allow that to be enough, right? Get ready for it. Cut off what needs to be cut off of your life. Understand yourself. Know yourself. Because even the Page of Pentacles moves into the Three of Pentacles, which I feel is great. This is a period where, you know, it's kind of the opposite of the Eight of Swords, because in here, this is me creating from an energy that very trustworthy. You know, it's like within me. It's sometimes it's a gift. Sometimes it's collaboration, but I feel like collaboration with the right people, right, at the right time, that type of thing. Sometimes you're like the missing piece of the puzzle to something, but this is also a time where other people will admire. You know, I often feel, I know for a fact, that many of our life lessons were just that, lessons. Hard, yes, not for everyone, right? But some souls came here and they wanted the tough ones, right? I wanted the tough one because I wanted to see how much expansion my soul could have in this lifetime, how much I could overcome and grow from it, how much I could remember that I'm not alone. Like, how long will it take me before I realize that I'm not alone here, right? You're born with amnesia. That's only because you don't want to carry the energy of past lives. This is about recreating in this lifetime. Soulmates, yes, but I feel like this is energy that you agree to before you even come to Earth. I feel like you receive amnesia after that. And that's just the way it's supposed to be, because boom, then we have the Magician, right? It's up to me to create from all these gifts that I have. So, you know, the Three Swords is here. It's interesting. I haven't even gotten into the clarifiers, and I feel like your whole reading has come out just in this. But here's the Sun. That's interesting. We have the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Some of you came here for a yes or no type of answer, and the Ace of Swords to me is a yes. It's the truth. It's honesty. It's the art of communication in whatever facet. Whether I write it, I speak it, I sing it, I yell it to the people, whatever I do with it. All right, we're going to bring in the Light Seers. This is going to be a long reading, guys. I hope you stick it out to the end, because I feel like that is where our nuggets, our gold is at, so to speak. Funny, I only felt like giving this one shuffle, and I see the High Priestess on the bottom, so hello. And, you know, Pisces is a very intuitive sign when they allow themselves to be. You know, can be very loving, well, helpful, maybe to a fault. Can be, but I'm feeling that can be very helpful. But, you know, and I know some of you are here about a Pisces and you're like, bullshit. Well, not all people, you know, we could all be Pisces, but because of our environment, we're going to have different issues. Right? But we might all be a Pisces. But maybe I'm someone who hangs on to this Three Swords, creates this armor, and then you try to break it, but you can't. And I think, well, freaking Pisces, right? But it's not. Okay. Well, hello, King of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I love Pisces with a earth sign, to be honest. Though, it can be difficult in the beginning. Because, you know, I'm thinking Virgo, Pisces, opposites, right? And I feel Pisces more open and Virgo more within. And that can be tough to overcome. I know that because I'm a Virgo, and many people have said that to me. Not now. Now I'm just open. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Knight of Cups is about a cup of fulfillment coming your way. Over faith. Over your belief. Over your prayers being heard. Your job now is just to trust and live life, and what is meant to be yours will find you. You know, you don't always have to find it. I feel it's more about you creating for yourself. You know, don't think life is all spiritual. This is, you know, I feel like we're also meant to create a foundation, you know, character, and I do like work hard, that type of thing. I feel like all of that is a part of it. The spiritual aspect is like just your helping hand, your guiding light, your GPS. So why am I saying that? I don't know, but here's his Knight of Cups coming from the King of Pentacles. He's got a bouquet of roses. He's got a white horse behind him. He's not on that white horse. So it's like he's once removed. Whatever that means. It's interesting. It's like there's a letter sitting there. Like someone sent this knight a letter and here it comes. Now that could be a prayer feeling answered. I like the people in this deck. You know, I feel like they tell us a lot more than just your normal, you know, I don't know. I feel like they tell us more. So this feels like someone who is very laid back. You may find someone who comes into your life that has not been in a relationship in a while. Interesting, because you want the Ten of Cups. King of Pentacles, you know, and this doesn't have to be a earth sign, by the way. Let's read the King of Pentacles energy. The King of Pentacles, I often feel is someone who is, let's say, financially set within their material world. Like maybe they own a home. And they have, you know, they have some money in the bank. Maybe they have a lot of money in the bank. I don't think that even matters. I feel like this is someone who feels wise, who probably likes to read a lot. I don't know why I'm saying all this. Maybe older than you, if that matters. But maybe not, because the knight is young. The king has gray hair. It's interesting. It's like I'm praying as someone received this letter and they have received it. Now, I don't know if it's a physical letter, but I feel like it's been received. And that could just be your prayers. Saying chill out, right? He's very chilled. You know, it's interesting because I'm looking at this King of Pentacles, and he just feels so laid back. And he's the one who's sending out this knight. Again, it doesn't matter their sign. By the way, they're someone who can see the big picture of life. So I feel like, you know, they feel balanced to me. So they send out this cup. Four of Pentacles. Interesting, because it feels like that's talking about your own home. where you live. Four of Pentacles is about your foundation. Sorry, I keep saying but that's just it's the way I connect, I think. Because that's what she seems to be doing. Like, she seems to be trying to connect. I feel like this is also saying, if I'm staying with someone because financially my life will look different, I feel like, yes, it will look different. But it may be better. Feels like these flowers are being sent to your home. Well, I see the Two of Cups again. So we have, okay, we have the Ten of Wands coming over the Death card. Just look at her. She's just taking what she can take. You know, it's almost like she's saying to herself, I know the material things will materialize again. So I just take what's important to me. You know, we have two Ten of Wands right here with the Death card connected to both of them. So, I mean, it can certainly talk about, well, you know, I don't know. I feel like for some of you, it's like there's a physical move involved here. Now, for some of you, this could just talk about, you know, like mentally, right? But I do feel like, and I do feel like something needs to end. I just do feel like that. Okay, but then we have the Two of Cups again. And it's in the upright, coming over the Magician. Following the Ten of Wands. Following the Death card. I want to be clear about that, because I feel like this is really saying to you that this Two of Cups, it's here, right? It exists. But maybe not on a path that you're keeping yourself on. It may exist out there. Right? This is about vibration, right? This is two soulmates who have agreed to meet up at a certain time. And it's just like how I began the reading. Like, here's this Ten of Wands, which is, right? Heaviness, responsibility, like nothing, like, just, I don't know. But then here's the Two of Cups, here's the Sun. Lightness, right? All of that seems to go. It seems to go. So, there's Two of Cups coming over the Magician. Do not excuse yourself from, you know, if you truly want like Ten of Cups type energy, do not excuse yourself from understanding what your part of it is, because your part is also so important. Well, hello, Star. Coming under the Hierophant, first of all, faith, and coming over justice. You know, so the Star is about your hopes, your dreams, keeping them alive, right? Sometimes I feel like, well, she feels very connected, by the way. And what's she connected to? Well, the Knight of Cups is above it. Almost like my soul is now calling in the Two of Cups. Maybe it has nothing to do with my humanness. It's my soul, right? But my soul's paying attention to what myself, what I am doing. Does that make sense? But the Ace of Cups is below it. So there's love, well, all around it. And there's the connection above it also, the Hierophant. You know, again, I feel like saying, because we know this is soulmate, this is not, this is like trusting, knowing. Like, I feel like that's what Divine is saying. Know that the Ten of Cups is absolutely possible, but know that you have a major part in that. And then this is about living your life to the fullest, right? Through your creativity, through whatever. You know, it's not about don't hope anymore. No. But your prayers are being heard. And I feel like there is a Two of Cups coming in. A soulmate love coming in. And I have to say love. And, I almost feel like in the stars, like someone saying, okay, it's time. Like, now I'm ready. We certainly could have had people also waiting for others to get divorced or separated. Cut time. I don't feel like this is about separation. I feel like this is more about, if anything, clear endings. Okay. We have the Nine of Wands. Interesting, Nine of Wands coming over the Ten of Wands, because I feel like the Nine of Wands, I'm stronger. Nine of Wands is where, and why is that? Because 9 is about reflection. Because at this 9, I stopped and reflected back on the journey, right? The journey that I've been on. And, it's almost like I learned what I needed to learn. I learned about myself, right? Within the 9, my own independence. And that doesn't even have to mean like, you might be just barely getting by. It's not about that. It's the knowing that, the Nine of Wands to me is about growing spiritual muscles. It's the spiritual muscles I have gained from the experiences. Okay, and then we have Temperance. Well, I get this a lot in a reading too, where I feel like this is Divine saying, listen, don't always blame me that something hasn't come your way yet. This is the energy of, coming over you. It's saying, it's like Divine is saying, we're waiting on you. We're waiting for you to uncreate the energy of the Eight of Swords. Right? That's when will it be time? Well, that will be the beginning of the time. What follows it? The Two of Cups. So, I feel like the Knight of Wands, I feel like I'm being tough on you guys, but that's not how it's meant. It's like all love. But I feel like the Knight of Wands is definitely saying that, this energy, again, of the Eight of Swords, self-created. It's like a self-created prison. Knight of Wands is saying this is something that can be overcome. The Sun coming over the Three of Swords, Temperance above the Three of Swords. This is all about divine timing, so I don't have to freak out about, like, am I going to have something, this, that. If I feel like when you put yourself in a certain energy, like, there's human experiences and human lessons, let's say, that are part of this whole experiment, so to speak, your life. And the sooner you realize that, so you can look at it, face it, right? Deal with it, be real. Be real with yourself, be real with others. This is when you start to find the magic of life. This star doesn't have to be about love. This can be about a dream that you've always had. Okay. Wow, we still have more cards. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. So, Seven of Pentacles to me is your soul's intention. It's your soul's seed. And, it's the art of patience. Right? Why? Because we want to allow something to come to full term, let's say. Let's say we're not connected to someone else, but maybe someone else in the Two of Cups is. Well, we want to be patient. We want to allow that to go its full term and then end, right? We don't have a part in that, and it wouldn't help us to be in it. You know what I mean? So again, the Seven of Pentacles, whoever these two soulmates are, they're right here. they, well, Temperance says, understands that it's all part of divine time. You know, and divine time means that you'll be at the right place at the right time, and just trust in that. You know, divine or Temperance with, excuse me, the Hierophant, it's really saying just trust. Child, why do you not trust? Well, because I keep having bullshit. Keeps happening, right? I keep getting my heart broken. But are you clearing the energy before you begin anew? You know, we all end up with people who are, you know, in a way I want to say are unworthy of us. But really, you know, and listen, I've been with, I look back now, like some of the people that I've been with, I can see where my insecurities were. You know, now I can see it. So anyway, let's keep going. Well, come on, lovers. You know, what am I going to title this? And this is another reason why I feel like people need to learn to stick around to the end. I know many of you do. This is not like trying to get you to stick around to the end. But I feel like if it resonates, then you want to follow the whole line. So here's the lovers. Wow. Card of Gemini. Wow. This is a connection. You know, again, what I think I had and what the potential of what can be. Wow. Like, wow. And, you know, like, you don't believe me, right? So, you know, there's a little test that I did. Well, how do I say this? Was it a test? I don't know. But, like, I noticed that, you know, on the days when you just feel very loving and giving, like, you know, if you're in a normal relationship, and you see it come back to you, like, it, you know what I mean? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, let's keep going. You guys must think I'm crazy. Here's the moon, card Pisces. Wow. Connects you right to it. Here is the Knight of Pentacles, which is beautiful. This is guardian angel energy, right? This is something that comes to you that, listen, I feel like was always meant to, but in its time. The Knight is a slowing, moving knight, so it teaches us patience. So does Temperance. Temperance says, allow something to come to full term. You don't want it when it's like half made, half baked, right? Okay. We have the Three of Cups. Interesting how 333. But Three of Cups is about celebrations. It's about joy. And it's about what's coming your way. Again, they're looking up at the stars. And again, it's guardian angel energy coming in here. And then we have the Hermit. Well, some of you may be connected directly to a Virgo. And I feel like that is so. But also I'm feeling the energy of the Hermit. You know, I don't feel like a Hermit really is an energy we leave. I feel like once we enter it, we stay in it. We are that energy. This is someone who is becoming spiritually wise, earthly wise. This is someone who has gone through the dark night of the soul and maybe has asked those big questions, but then has listened. That's why the Hermit goes into the cave, so that she can hear and then trust, right? Because the Hermit goes in seeking the light, but the Hermit eventually is now the beacon of light to oneself, but also to others. So I'm not sure we ever leave this energy. It's just like part of the magician, right? It just, whoop, it's like part of your skin. Interesting, because she had to climb. You can see the steps next to that mountain, right? She had to climb those steps to get to the mountaintop. Here, she's leaving the mountaintop, and it's interesting because here she's at the mountaintop. I left it, and now I'm at probably a different mountaintop. You know, and I feel like I don't know why I'm stumbling. I feel like a lot of this is really spiritual, but it's spiritual so that you can help your everyday life, everyday world. Hello. I mean, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, the Lovers, the Magician, another Two of Cups, the Star, and the Knight of Cups. Right? Your card, the Moon, showing. This can talk about shadows also, but the Page of Pentacles would want to learn about that. I want to know why. I want to know what they are. Would be more excited about learning about that, and I feel like some of you are really learning that you're gaining these spiritual muscles. I know some are back in the in the Eight of Swords. And again, I want to say, don't wait for a hero. You are the hero. You are the one who's going to save you. You got to know that you're allowed to have what, it's not even allowed. Okay, I felt like a truck. Like a big truck, which would not normally be on this road. Anyway, how much time we have? Wow. Okay. Because I want to look. I just don't want to end it yet. Or maybe I should. Some of you are like, no, Sandy. It's interesting because the Lovers is a number 6. And I felt the energy of the years that we're in, right? This is the 5 universal year. Next year is the 6 universal year. So that makes sense. All right, I'm just bringing in the Gilded Tarot. It's funny, I haven't used them for like a week and I've already forgotten their name. I was just going to say, I really want to take it just over the whole reading. We have the King of Swords. That can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. He is connected down below to an Aquarius. Well, no, I'm sorry, on the side to Aquarius and below to a Gemini. Interesting. In the upright, this is the King of Truth. This is, it's interesting because he's got a sword up, and I'm wondering why. Maybe it's almost like he's showing it out of pride. Like, look how shiny. Look at my sword. He's not using it in an aggressive way, but it's almost like, I want you to see this sword. Maybe one's cross to bear, right? He had his cross to bear. She had her cross to bear. Okay, well, I'm going to take this as I saw it. So this is the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups is in reverse. So the 5 of Cups is, 5 of Cups ask us, where is our focus at? Because in the 5 of Cups, we're focusing on what we think we have lost. Yet in the 5 of Cups, it asks for change. Why? Well, because there's 2 cups. Again, 2 cups that still exist, that have not been activated yet, let's say. But again, 5, how do I know that? Well, I got to turn around, right? It's not that direction. It's this direction. Look at this. We have the 5 of Wands. So we have the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, and then we have the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. The 5 of Wands is where, it's the energy of defending. Listen, this may be coming out of a home. It can be ego-based energy. Some of you, I do feel like you're leaving. You're leaving someone. You're leaving a home. You're leaving a job. And I feel like why? Because you're starting to feel your own truth, right? You're starting to feel that something is not, it's not serving you. It's just not. Something can even cause you to go, into this ego type energy, where I don't feel you feel comfortable at anyway. So, but they're both in reverse. And I think that's a great thing. We have the Death card. Look at this. We have the Two of Cups again. I mean, come on, guys. So now you've had the Two of Cups 3 times in this reading. Following the Death card, again, can be Scorpio. And for some, it probably is, but I just have to tell you. Listen, I feel like, first of all, be careful you're not giving people false titles or putting people on a false pedestal that really don't belong there, right? You may have thought they did, but it's like, they don't really belong there. And why? Because I feel like they don't belong there. And you need to know that, because I feel like you're chasing something that is false. Or I shouldn't say chasing, but you're giving someone a title that feels false. Now, that can even talk about a twin flame, right? And in a way, I wish I never started twin flames, because I don't want people to worry about, like, what kind of love is this? Listen, if it is love, then it's love, right? Like some people are like, well, I don't want a soulmate, I want my twin flame. No, soulmate, this feels so loving. It feels meant to be. It's interesting because I'm feeling that so strongly. And hello, the Two of Cups coming up 3 times. It's like, bam, how many signs do you want, Sandy? So, I feel like what will be. Divine is saying some of this work has to be done by you, and only by you, and that is the Eight of Swords. And listen, a lot of times in that energy, what I've done is I've taken on other people's belief system, other people's thoughts and ideas of me, limiting thoughts and ideas of me. Or I can even take on the energy where someone expected so much of me and I don't feel like I'm living up to it, right? I feel like this all has to go. And it needs to come from you. What is it you want? What does your soul desire? What are you feeling in your gut? Are you willing to take that chance to start to live in your true life? Justice is about, again, making you whole again. And ultimately, again, I feel like many of you move into this Hermit energy. I don't feel you moving out of it, and I feel like there's no need. This is right where you're meant to be. And listen, it's coming over that 3 of Pentacles. So if from that energy, like, I am doing something of a spiritual nature within my within my material world or my physical world, I feel like it's just what it's meant to be. Just what it's meant to be. It's like the evolution of you. So, our last card again, the Sun. Don't fear. Stop fearing. Because in the energy of the Sun, again, this is me. This is my inner child. This isn't it. This is the universe, of course, part of it, right? But this is more about me and my inner child and allowing it to, think about your inner child. Your inner child is curious, wants to go on adventures, right? Anyway, I think I should leave it there, though I have to read from the book. I feel like I cannot leave you without reading from the book. So let's read sobriety first. Mother Mary supports your intentions to have a chemical-free lifestyle. She can guide your detoxification process and support you in choosing sobriety, one day at a time. A clear and sober mind is better able to concentrate during meditation and prayer, in the same way that a sober driver can better steer an automobile in a straight line. You know, I just have to stop for 1 second because this may be a personal message to someone. Maybe your birthday's coming up, I don't know. But my neighbor, who I really don't know, but she is like Sam's, you know, I don't know, like second cousin, something like that. Anyway, she definitely drinks a lot. And she went out and celebrated her birthday, and her way home, she got in a really bad car accident. She survived it, but she is still in the hospital. And it's been weeks, and she broke her neck. She broke a lot. And, you know, she wasn't that far. The place she was coming from was not that far away. So I don't know why she didn't make the choice to call an Uber, or why the bar didn't make that choice for her. But anyway, my point is, I feel like I just got to say that because I just want you to be careful. And I feel like that's meant for someone. Call an Uber. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Your prayer for help in this regard can also reduce or eliminate cravings for an unhealthful substance, so that sobriety is a pleasant and peaceful choice. Mother Mary's love will give you the feeling of comfort, bliss, and love that you once sought through substances. Okay, let's read integrity. Let me grab a drink real quick. You drew this card because the situation you're asking about involves someone's integrity. This card comes as a guidance to pay attention to your body's signals, because you can sense whether someone is being honest. Mother Mary is a wonderful role model of gently and lovingly demanding that others live truthfully. You can do the same with people in your life. You can also avoid those who aren't acting with integrity. Either way, trust your gut feeling to steer you towards individuals who tell the truth and who walk their talk. This card also asks you to tell the truth yourself, even if you're uncomfortable with the possible reaction. Prayer can be a guide. Prayer can guide your words, give you courage to speak up, and help create a healthy atmosphere of honest communication. Well, okay, so I definitely feel like you're meant to hear that, because that definitely relates back to the beginning of this reading of what I was feeling earlier. Anyway, I'm not going to keep talking because I believe we're over an hour. But interesting. What am I going to name your reading? Your name, the title of your reading means a lot to me, and it's something I think over. And then I allow it to come to me, but wow. So we've had what? 3, 2 of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Lovers. We have the Magician. But listen, even on the other side of that, we also have the energy of creating with your own unique style, right? Your unique wisdom that nobody else really can, because no one, you know, I want to say no one's walked your footsteps, but that's not true. But anyway, I feel like this is this is also about abundance in that area. I feel like this is you becoming the Hermit and staying the Hermit. And that just means to me that you become the beacon of light for others, whether purposefully or, you know, whether consciously or subconsciously. I feel like you just become the light to others. And how can you not attract in that energy? You can attract in that energy. So let's just say one more thing. I want to remind you that I feel like Divine was saying to you, your part in this creation of the 10 of Cups, whatever that may mean to you, the 2 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, whatever it means to you, the Star card, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your part is just as important. And sometimes your part is just simply to know when to close a cycle, so that you can move into the next. It's almost like I cannot move into the next when this still exists. Because even if the Two of Cups comes in, but my Eight of Swords is there, they cannot break that. The Eight of Swords is self-created, and the only one who can uncreate it is you. They can't. So it doesn't mean that it can't work, but am I not creating? I don't know. Anyway, the sun's here, so the sun's gonna let you know, and I'm gonna leave it at there. I love you guys so much. I can't wait to read your comments. I think you're gonna give me a lot of clarity on this too. And again, keep the comments coming, because I really think about those comments when I am doing these readings, because I know I'm picking up a lot of your energy. So keep them coming. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for those who've been with me. Thank you for the donation, keeping the channel alive. Just thank you for allowing me to read the way I read and the length of time. Interesting. Yours is the longest reading of June for sure. Probably double other people's. But the message wanted to come out the way it wanted to come out. And ultimately, I find it quite beautiful. I hope you see it too. I love you guys. I'll see you in the readings. Bye-bye.